to look for, and part of that is the blockchain technology. You know, I've been tracking blockchain for a while now, and I really believe in this idea of digital ownership. You know, back in the day when I was playing games, you would buy a box and that was just yours. But now we have all these different business models. We have free-to-play, we're buying digital assets. But what happens to the digital assets if the game goes away? Like, who truly owns it, right? I use this analogy, which is like, if I bought a car from, let's say, Toyota, I can do whatever I want with my car. I can drive my car, I can Uber, I can rent my car out, I can sell my car. But that's not true with digital goods today. So how do we make that more possible? I knew that blockchain was going to be actually the keys to making it happen. And so I went around and looked for I talked to almost every single blockchain developer out there, and really there were some great ones. And I happened to run into Mr. Lee and the CRETA team. And what really blew me away was they've been very quietly building out a next generation layer of blockchain. I was blown away by what they were doing, especially with their serverless technology that Ray was talking about. But I was also blown away by their backgrounds. These are the guys that built the Korean game industry, the Japanese game industry, and not only that, but they built some of my favorite games. You know, I grew up playing Street Fighter, I grew up playing Resident Evil, I grew up playing Lineage. These are games that were legendary to me and actually impacted how I look at games. And so, Mr. Lee and the CRETA team was really, I mean, when they showed me what they were doing with the ecosystem, and typically when I think about games, I think about like, I'm a game maker, so I make the games, and usually my games go on to places like Steam, or go to a publisher like EA or Electronic Arts or Activision. But what they're building out is a fully fledged ecosystem that combines social media, that combines game making capabilities, so you can build UGC, that combines some amazing games that you just saw. They're MMOs. These guys are like the kings of MMOs, metaverses. It was so much. It was actually initially overwhelming. I was like, oh my god, like this is kind of a dream come true as a partnership, because I want to make games. I want to build a great gaming incubator to make the best games and recruit the best talent and build the best IPs in the world. And so we partnered up, and I'm so thankful because the ability to use and leverage technology like blockchain, AI, the new technologies like their game engines. To me, this is the future. And what's beautiful is that while I was at Riot, I was overseeing League during its massive growth. It had this crazy growth where we went into all these emerging markets. And what I found going all over the world, and uniquely, when I launched League of Legends in Vietnam, I actually launched it out of the town that I left as a refugee, which is actually like really beautiful for me. But regions like the Philippines, regions like Thailand, all of Southeast Asia, we really believe that it's this incredible emerging market that's going to just explode. We saw the growth of the Korean game industry. We saw the growth of the Chinese game industry. We believe that Southeast Asia is going to be the next massive growth spike in games. There are 3 billion gamers. And if you think about it, what is every kid playing? I have $2, and their favorite games are, they're 11 to 13. Their favorite games are Minecraft and Roblox. And soon they're going to be playing League of Legends and Fortnite, and actually the games that are on the CRETA platform. What's beautiful is that every kid I know, every young person I know, loves video games. And the way they think about games is so different than the way I experienced games as a kid. I bought a box and I rented it from Blockbuster. But this is their natural environment. They literally, I once saw the one daughter turn to the other daughter, and she looked at her and said, hey, you want to go play in the real world? Or play outside? And because their experience in game is their world. That's where all their friends are. That's their social, and they are so worldly, they're so thoughtful. And I truly believe that games have this really impactful form of knowledge that is really good for young people. Knowledge is only knowledge until it becomes wisdom. And the only way it becomes wisdom is experience, self-internalized experience. Now, if you think about how games have impacted so much, I have some friends who are NASCAR drivers, and they're in games like 12 hours a day, like on simulators. I have friends who are pilots who are flying planes, you know. It allows you to take risks and do many, many things without the risk of failure. And so this is what our kids are going through. Our kids are going through some incredible experiences. They're going to have so much, you know. I think about Elon Musk recently, and I was watching his stream and he was playing Diablo 4. And the way he thinks about the world is so out of the box, and I attribute it to him growing up playing lots of games. I also think about what Sam Altman said recently. He's a founder and CEO of OpenAI. He said, movies will be video games, and video games will be something that we can't even imagine. I truly believe that CRETA and what the team is doing is going to empower this. As a creator, I'm so excited to join forces and partner up with the team. And I'm actually so excited to launch CRETA in the Philippines. This is a region that was near and dear to my heart, obviously from my upbringing coming to the US, but also the heart and energy and talent that I see every day from Filipinos, from Southeast Asians in general. It's just really inspiring. You know, it's a very young community with so much energy, with so much motivation, with so much heart. And to me, I believe that it takes new regions to disrupt and incubate new experiences. And I think this is going to be a region that's going to be massive. You know, again, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I saw what happened to China, and now China is the largest game industry in the world. I think this literally is going to happen here in emerging markets. And I don't delineate between Web 2 and Web 3 and whatnot. It's just games. I travel everywhere in the world. People just want to play games. Whatever technology is in the background, it should just be there to help games be better, to help people have more in games. And so that's really the spirit at the heart of it. The spirit is to make great games, regardless of whatever technology. When I watch a movie, I don't ask what camera they're using to record it, right? It's just technology. And so we want to make great experiences. We want to make great fantasies that people can fall in love with. And so I'm super excited to be here. I'm super excited to be back in the Philippines. And I think we're going to do some questions. I'm going to call Ray, I think, is the next one. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Thank you very much to Thomas. That was a wonderful message here.